What's going on, squad? Coach Dex here, and we're going to talk about what running actually is. A lot of people have the idea that running you just do. Just go out there and run, and you'll get better the more running that you do. And that kind of goes against, every other idea in sports. I'm here to tell you that running is a skill, and just like you might practice skills for swimming or practice skills for swinging a golf club, having a better understanding of what you're supposed to be doing and working to develop that skill and perception is a significantly better strategy to becoming a better runner than is going out and pounding the pavement. In order to develop this skill, we're gonna have to break running down into practicable elements. And we'll go over these 3 elements, and I call them elements because it's running broken down to its most simple pieces. Every single runner, no matter how fast you are, no matter how slow you are, no matter how tall or short you are, no matter if you're a 4-foot striker or a heel-foot striker, no matter what your cadence is, every single runner does these 3 things. They have a single leg stance. They fall forward from that single leg stance, fall from support, which utilizes gravity to move you forward, and then they pull that foot up off of the ground in order to let their other leg drop to support them once again. That's your pose position. That's your position of support. You fall forward from that support. Falling is how you utilize gravity. And then you pull, that's the 3rd element, your foot up off the ground to get into the air in running's flight phase to start your next stride. Let's learn a little more about these 3 elements. The very first invariable element in running is your pose position. This is your single leg stance. Go ahead and get athletic. So good posture, chest up, shoulders back and down, arms at your side, soft bend in the knees, and you kind of shift forward a little bit. So you're kind of already thinking I'm going forward because you're athletic, right? And so your weight's kind of in the ball of your feet. And then pull one foot off of the ground, straight up under your hip. This is your pose position. It's very important to be strong and stable in this posture because we're hitting this bad boy thousands of times per run. Any deviation from this position is kind of opening the door for potential injury. So good posture, strong and stable, and this is how we interact with gravity. From this position, we're able to go into your second invariable element, which is falling, where we'll actually start to shift your body weight forward, holding that pose position. When we go to the 3rd element, we'll talk about the goal of the 3rd element, the pull, which is to pull to your pose position. So everything kind of revolves around pose. Good, stable, strong, single leg position. I pull to pose, I fall from pose. And we'll break that down a little more in the next invariable elements. It's a common misconception in running that we use our muscles to push us and drive us through space. In reality, we use gravity to move us through space, and our muscles are just there to support our body weight to make sure we're not crumpling to the ground every time we land. I know it sounds crazy, but Newton's first law says something along the lines of a body at rest will stay at rest until an external force acts upon it. So that means your body, anything, won't move from where it's at unless an external force acts on it. Are your muscles an internal or an external force? They're an internal force. Gravity is the external force that allows us to actually move through space. And you may not realize it, but you're already doing it every single time you move. If I take a step forward, I don't think, squeeze my glutes. I don't think, push off my toe. I just did both of those things and I didn't move anywhere. I don't move forward until I shift my body weight forward. My body weight shifts forward, so I'm falling forward, and then I can move to keep up with that fall. And that's exactly what we're doing in running, y'all. We're shifting our body weight forward so that gravity is moving us forward. If we're standing straight up and we shift your body weight forward, your center of gravity is now over here versus where it was when you were standing straight up. And when you switch legs, your new point of support is here. You switch legs, your new point of support is here. So you're running. You're making forward progress. I'm starting from here. I'll get into my pose position. I'll fall forward and I'll just switch legs. I'll fall forward and I'll switch legs to my other pose. And I didn't do any pushing off just there. I started back there. I'm up here. And that's because I fell forward and just continued to change support legs in order to not, again, just crumple to the ground. So falling, your second invariable element, is how we position our bodies in our pose position against gravity to utilize that force to move us through space. The more aggressive that fall angle is, the faster you'll be running. The third and final invariable element in running is the pull. And the pull is important because it's the only thing that you're doing in running. It's your only muscular action. The number one thing that you make happen when running is pulling your foot up off the ground. You start in your pose position, you allow your body to fall forward, and in order to change support, you have to pull your foot off the ground into your pose on the other side. You fall forward, you pull. So this action, pulling your foot up under your hip, pulling into your pose position, is the thing that you make happen when running. So when you're running, you're not thinking, I'm gonna push off my back leg, I'm gonna knee drive, then I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna land, I'm gonna roll, and then pull, and then knee drive. None of that is what you're thinking about. All you're thinking is, I'm gonna pull my foot off the ground. Pull, 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 pull. And as you allow your body to fall, you're running. That's all that's happening. You pull into your pose position, and then you pull into your pose position on the other side, y'all. So pulling, your third invariable element, needs to be done quickly. It's what drives your rhythm. If you want a cadence of 180 steps per minute, you have to pull 180 times per minute. And what having a quick pull does is it prevents you from leaving your trail leg too far behind. In order to create balance in your body, your other leg will reach out further forward, and that's overstriding. So if you're pulling late, you're gonna be overstriding. You want a quick pull up under the hip to allow your other leg to drop near to your center of gravity. So again, your number one action in running is pulling that foot up off the ground, y'all. And just to put it all together here, what running is we're changing support. We're going from pose position on this side to pose position on this side over and over again by pulling your foot up off of the ground. Pull, 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 and then shifting your body weight forward, falling, allowing gravity to move you through space. And that's running, y'all. Pulling and falling. We'll continue to ingrain that throughout the drills and stuff that are going to be out there along with this video. But now that you have an idea of what the concept of running is, you know what you're supposed to be doing, let's carry that into your running. Get after it, team.